Everyone, welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network and YouTube presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clayton, and before we get started, I want to apologize to everyone. I've been gone for about a week and some change now. I've been going through a lot of stuff in my life, as in moving wise. I'm moving from one slot to another. That's why you can see I'm in a different environment right now. I will do most of my shows in my own office, in my studio, but today I said I had to do a show for the Super Bowl. And for those who've been waiting, I do apologize. Look, it won't happen again. I tell you guys that now. I've just been going through a lot of stuff now, and Wi-Fi situation, all that crazy crap. But that's no excuse, right? We're back at it now. We'll get back to back episodes talking about Super Bowl 52, where the Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations to those Eagles! Fly, Eagles, fly! Those fans deserve it. The Eagles fans deserve it. All of Philadelphia deserves it. The Philadelphia Eagles defeat the New England Patriots 41-33 in a crazy, basically Big 12 like-ish Super Bowl. And if you haven't seen me on Facebook, I did predict the Patriots to win 30-24. There's a lot of things that we got to get into. There's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about before the Super Bowl, but I had so much stuff moving and I couldn't really say what I wanted to say. But the Patriots came in as an overwhelming favorite, basically a 5.5 point favorite against the Philadelphia Eagles. But for some reason, you cannot doubt a number one seed. And Nick Foles isn't your average backup quarterback. Now, everyone's been making a big deal of him being the backup quarterback. This guy in 2013, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, made the Pro Bowl. So, yes, he went to a bad Rams team. Look, anyone on that Jeff Fisher's Rams squad, you're just being bad. You saw what a different coach and a different attitude did for that Rams team this year. Well, you had Nick Foles basically change his career back around to the good after, basically subbing in for Carson Wentz, who, by the way, should have won MVP. But that's a different story. Tom Brady is your MVP for the year, but he did all he could do for that team. It was not his fault that the New England Patriots lost. It was the defense. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to get into right now, but I want to talk squarely on the Philadelphia Eagles. This team right here, they are the underdog, and the whole entire time, the playoffs, the city, they embrace the underdog role, and there's nothing scarier than someone with a chip on their shoulder. Nothing scarier than that. I can only imagine those who are the favorites, when they win, it's kind of like a, ooh, got away with that kind of thing. And then when you lose, it's almost like and then when you're the underdog and you win, you're almost like a, yay, we're so freaking happy. The favorites like, we're just glad we didn't lose. Well, the Patriots were that team that everyone just figured was going to win, including myself. But they always play a very tough opponent in the Super Bowl, obviously, and it's always a close game, whether the Patriots are winning or they're losing. And this one, it came back to bite them. The defense on both squads were porous. So it only came down to someone making an impact play. Patriots did get interception, but the interception wasn't impactful, you know what I'm saying? It was basically Alshon Jeffrey should have caught that ball, but it popped out and fell into a Patriots lap, but it wasn't impactful. That, the one from the Eagles defender, that right there, that was very impactful with the strip sack fumble, which gave the ball back to the Philadelphia Eagles with a little over 2 minutes ago, with a one-score game being up by 5 points. That was pretty much the ball game because Philadelphia had their way the whole entire time. You saw that from the get-go. When the coin flipped, now we know that New England is known for deferring it. They say, you know what, have the ball, we want the ball at halftime. And they're very good at that, halftime adjustments. We've seen that. This kind of came back and, now I'm not going to say bit them, but they weren't ready for this Eagles team. They weren't ready. This Eagles team, the underdog, that role they've embraced, you will always do wonders in that role. And I'm so happy for the Philadelphia Eagles and their fans because they've been craving for this and they deserve this and they earned this. Nick Foles, 373 yards. He looked unstoppable. He is not your average backup quarterback. This isn't your average team. This team has dealt with so much, with losing Carson Wentz, the biggest one, losing Jason Peters, losing Darren Sproles at the beginning of the season, losing their middle linebacker to start this year off. They had to overcome so much and to be the underdog in every single game. We're talking divisional, conference, and Super Bowl. And they have shown that they are the team. This team is young. This team is hungry. This team has a great nucleus. They're all coming back pretty much next year. This team for the next couple of years can be scary. And if you thought a Nick Foles-led team was dangerous, wait till you see a Carson Wentz team at Carson Wentz's best. This team is crazy, scary good. And we didn't really put that much together, but even with Carson Wentz, I would have had the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. They were my Super Bowl favorites with a healthy Carson Wentz. Nick Foles, who was not a scrub, like I said, 2013, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It was a Chip Kelly offense, but he did wonders with that. And now you got to wonder what's going on, but they put their foot on the pedal. The reason why the Eagles did not suffer the same fate as the Seahawks, didn't suffer the same fate as the Atlanta Falcons, and other teams, the Steelers and all this stuff, because after halftime, they didn't get complacent. They didn't. They said, as a group, I don't know when it was, but coaches got together with players, we are not going to let down. We are not going to play, try not to lose. We're going to play to win. People play conservative after halftime against the Patriots, and we've seen that even the Jacksonville Jaguars 2 weeks ago played very conservative against the New England Patriots. And that comes back to bite you because the Patriots are the best halftime adjustment team. Bill Belichick makes great halftime adjustments, and teams kind of get scared of that. You've always seen them. There's always a double-digit lead for someone, and teams get scared. They started getting nervous when Tom Brady comes out in that second half, in that first possession, scores a touchdown. They get nervous. This Eagles team, the biggest drive of the game was right after Tom Brady goes down, marches down 2 minutes, 45 seconds, scores a touchdown. They come back with another drive of their own that lasts almost 5 minutes, and they answer that touchdown drive like that, back to the 10-point lead. It showed me right there this Philadelphia team was not worried at all. They knew that they had the game in task. It was just a great setting for the Eagles, and I enjoyed every second of it. But I thought the Patriots really were going to win this game, but Philly just came out with an attitude of, we are going to take every single chance. They were 12 of 18 combined from either third down or fourth down conversions. Now that's scary. That means you're going for the juggernaut. They went for it twice on fourth down, got them both. The big one, the 4th and goal with the trickery, the halfback toss to the tight end, pass to the quarterback, the backup quarterback, right? Who sees that in the Super Bowl? We haven't seen anything crazy like that since maybe the Saints with the onside kick. Yeah, got those little Saints in there. Sorry, guys. But with that being said, the the Eagles, I'm thinking of birds right now. The Eagles deserve this victory. They did what they had to do. In order to beat the guy, you got to beat the guy. And how you beat the guy? You take chances. You don't do stupid things like when the Seahawks throw the ball instead of run the ball on a 2nd and goal. You got to go ahead and put your foot on the defending champions' throats. And that's how you get the victory. Philadelphia did all that and more. They ran the ball well, they threw the ball well, and their offensive line was the big part. Nick Foles was doing his taxes. Nick Foles was calling his wife, wanted access to speak to his baby girl. And then, by the way, I got a man wide open. He had no pressure at all. He had none, zilch, nada. He was very comfortable from the first snap of the game. That's how you knew, something's wrong with it. This doesn't feel right. The Eagles came out and were the more aggressive team on offense, more aggressive than Josh McDaniels' Tom Brady team. That they took more chances. And as an underdog, I embraced that. I love that they took more chances. So I'm very happy that they actually took those chances, because a lot of teams don't do that. They get nervous, they get scared, and play out of character. Philly say, you know what? They didn't stop them in the first half. They can't stop them in the second half. Let's keep doing what we're doing. They ran rush off on the run game and the pass game. Now, both teams' defenses were suspect. Horrible. This was a bad game if you're a defensive guy. 1 total punt in the whole entire game. But I just let you know that Philadelphia wasn't playing any games. They were like, you know what? We're not playing. You score, we'll score. You score, we'll score. A lot of teams don't think like that in their mindset. 4th down, they were going for it. They were gamblers. And it's the only game, it's the last game of the season. Win or you're done. And no one wants to come in second place in the Super Bowl. That's just a horrible feeling. It is. So you don't want that. So how do you like kind of get away from that? You actually take chances, and that is what the Philadelphia Eagles did. I will talk more about the New England Patriots in my next video. If you haven't, please like and subscribe to Uneducated Network to see my show, Uneducated Sports Talk. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and you know what time it is, sports fans. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.